This woman is one of the best dating coaches I've seen in all the internet. And the stuff that she says, I resonate with it 100%. Let's see what she has to say.
Time. Remember not to. When you encounter certain women who are used to people falling at their feet all the time, remember not to do the same thing that every other guy has done. Women like these want to be flattered about how good they look, the kinds of curves they have. I mean, they live off praise, right? So you need to find a way to show her that you're different. Not by being rude, but by not towing the same line as all the other guys in her life. Else you'll suffer the same fate. If you put a dent in her ego, you'll force her off her high horse and she'll begin to level with you. Listen, write the stuff down.
Yeah, 100%. And that's why you have to a certain degree, destroy her ego. And we're going to go to the blackboard, and I'm going to give you guys exactly the strategy, how to destroy her ego without actually turning her off. Because sometimes some guys can apply these strategies, and they apply way, way too harshly. Okay, so if you do this, you're going straight to hell. Okay, so we're gonna talk about how to make somebody fall in love using their ego. You gotta understand, a person, the most fragile part of a person's body is your ego. All right, because your ego doesn't exist, and the ego knows this, and the ego is always afraid of the ultimate reality that you don't exist. Okay, and the beauty about the ego is that it's easily triggered. It's easily compelled to make mistakes. And usually the people who are more obvious about how confident they are usually the ones that are easiest to manipulate. In fact, if you're going to do this, you got to make sure that the person has a strong ego. If they have high self-esteem, then this is not going to work. All right. So you have to, in a way, choose the right victim. Make sure you choose someone who has low self-esteem enough for this to work on, though. This doesn't work on people who don't give a fuck about you. For example, Hailey Bieber, this will work on her perfectly. Like if Justin compares her to somebody else, Selena Gomez, she's gonna instantly do things to win him over. So this doesn't work on every person. So the quality of person you're gonna get with these strategies are people who are kind of toxic, and if you like that, that's fine. Look, Father Alex is not here to judge. Just make sure that when you're in front of God, don't bring me up. But you're going to hell. All right. The first strategy is the hot and cold strategy. This is really simple. You're absent. You're there one day, and you're not there the next. You verbally tell people you like them, but with your actions you don't. You tell them you want to see them, but then you disappear on them for the next few days. One day you're physically touching, and then the next day you want your distance. People who have low self-esteem, you're gonna fuck with them, and that's gonna make them doubt themselves. In fact, they're going to say the reason why you're acting like this is not because you're being manipulator. They're going to say the reason why you're acting like this is because I'm not attractive. Okay. The next one is compare them to other people. Comparing them doesn't mean you have to do it verbally, right? In fact, honestly, if you're going to do this, make sure their parents do this to them because it works better when their parents do this to them. I told you, you're going to hell. Okay, if their parents did this to them as a child, they're gonna be more permissible for you to do this. And a lot of the times, you don't have to verbally compare them. You could just tell people, or even explicitly say that you're still kind of in love with your ex. Again, people who have low self-esteem are not gonna see this as stupid. They're gonna take offense to it, and they're gonna try to win you over. So compare them to other people. So it could just be that you're not over your ex, or it could just be that you almost talk about your ex like they're an amazing person that they can't live up to. And it's like Hailey Bieber did this, where if Justin talked about Selena, she would literally post a video or post a photo on Instagram, literally dressing exactly like Selena Gomez. And I can promise you, the act of doing that makes her fall in love with him. Like just copying Selena to get his attention makes her fall in love with him more. The next one, this is crazy. Get them to break their own rules for you. Get them to break their own rules for you. If they say they don't double text, get them to double text. If they say they don't go back to exes, break up with them and test them. Test their standards. When you get people to break their rules for you, they'll look at themselves in the mirror and say, I cannot believe I did that shit for them. And that causes people to fall in love with you even deeper. When they know that they broke their rules for you, in fact, they sort of stay so that they can hurt you. This is why it gets toxic, people. These strategies get toxic real quick. Next one is hurt them, leave them, and then come back. Yes, they'll stay for the revenge. But you make sure that when you come back, you don't come back fully. You keep them at arm's distance. There was this one girl who I wanted to get revenge on. And I started going out with her. And she started doing the shit that got me to block her and call her ugly. I know it. It was during the pandemic. I was in my toxic era. And I was gonna cancel her stupid ass. But you know what she did? Before the date, she canceled on me and then blocked me. She did that on purpose. She did that on purpose. She's happy she didn't do that because I was ready to cancel on her. So when you hurt people and you hurt their ego, yes, they might fall in love with you, but a part of them hates you. It's like a wild animal where they're with you, but that animal might bite you. And in this case, it will bite you. The ego is a crazy motherfucking animal. So how do you do this? Well, other ways that you could do this is strong criticism. Critique them on something real. Critique them on things that they actually did wrong, but just put extra spice. The fact that it's based in reality and the fact that you're doing it in such a harsh way will hurt their ego, but then back off and then come back like nothing happened. Oh my Lord. Even she's like, dude, what the fuck is your problem? That's evil shit, but it works. Next one is find reasons to argue based on things that are real. Leave and come back. The conflict, the back and forth dynamic of fighting and reconciliating, unfortunately creates toxic love. Not love. I'm not, I'm being very specific. I'm being very specific right now. Toxic love. It works. Like I'm giving you guys things that work. The next one is called pre-selection. When other people see that other people want you, they become attracted to you. It even happened with friends, where I remember I had a friend that they're not my friend no more. They were from high school. Long story short, I hated that motherfucker. But sometimes he had a lot of friends. And I would literally forget that I hated him because I saw other people like him. I know it was dumb. But when studies show that when other people visually see that the opposite sex finds you attractive, they're going to find you attractive. Why? Because attraction and desire is imitative. People imitate what they want from other people, right? If you see your parents happy at something, if you see your parents happy at eating a fruit, for example, if you're a child, you're going to imitate that and say, wow, if my mom is happy eating that fruit, maybe I'll be happy. That's why people get married. They'll get married because they see everyone else getting married and they think that's what they have to do. So pre-selection, make sure that other people see that other people want you. And people with low self-esteem will react to that and be attracted to you. It truly does work, all right? Anyways, let me know what you guys think of this. Remember, this is how it works. Hot and cold, compare them to other people, make them break rules, hurt, leave them, and come back like nothing happened. Strong criticism based on something real, back off and act like nothing happened. Find something to argue about, leave and come back, right? It's toxic, I know. And then pre-selection. These strategies work, all right? Another form of pre-selection is just comparing them to the opposite sex, or even just admiring someone of the opposite sex and saying, oh, how amazing they are, and praising the opposite sex. Somebody that looks the opposite of them. So if they're black, praise someone white. If they're short, praise someone tall. If they're Asian, praise someone black. If they're white, praise someone black. I can promise you their ego will get so hurt they'll be drawn to you. All right? Anyways, take care.
All right, guys, we're going to have a brief intermission so I could tell you guys about our new bundle that we're doing where you guys can purchase all of my courses and get it at a discount. So this bundle is pretty much the bundle where you could just buy all of my courses. You could buy Nice Guy, which is a training course on how to come across more assertive, how to come across more confident, how to not give off nice guy vibes. You guys can get access to Dark Game, which is my full dating course on how to meet women in different scenarios, how to attract women, how to make sure you don't come across as creepy, and essentially how to act like a man and not act like a doofus, to be quite honest with you. And you get all of these bonuses, which is the bonuses of Dark Game, the bonuses of Practical Mastery, which is about how to master a skill, Social Mastery, which is how to master your social life, and the Laws of Human Nature, which is a book club videos that I had dissecting Robert Greene's book. All of this is naturally at around naturally is at $346, but you guys can purchase this bundle and get it at what's the price again? Get it at $238 pretty much. So you guys can purchase it right now. It's a money back 30-day money back guarantee. It's a good way to, rather than just buying them individually and paying extra, you guys can just purchase everything at a discount price. Now, the only thing I don't like is the fact that I'm giving you a lot of information at the same time. That makes me kind of scared, because a lot of times people don't do the things that I teach when you get too much information. But I've gotten too many requests to do this, so I'm just satisfying you guys. Purchase it right now by clicking on the description down below where it says purchase the bundle. All right, let's continue with the video.